Welcome everyone who's here. I'm Geralda. This is my third interview in this interview series that I have going on the app, and I'm really excited to have Noctis on today. I've had Adriel, Mr. Pickleball, and now Noctis. I have a lot of other amazing guests coming up. Basically, my idea for this series was all the top streamers who are in the ranks on podium or they're very talked about. They have some kind of notoriety on the app. I just wanted to understand their life, what helped them reach to the charts and on podium, what their personal life is like, and get to know them in a different way, maybe in a way that even their supporters haven't seen them in yet. I will say, about an hour and a half ago, Noctis, I was on here just kind of promoting, talking,
Yeah.
and I was swarmed by a group of people who were very upset at me still for one of my other interviews.
Mm.
So what I want to say about that to you guys is that I'm very unbiased. Okay, whether you hate these people or love them, you are watching them, right? You are giving them views, and you are, in fact, either gifting or hate gifting. You're feeding the ecosystem, right? So this is an unbiased place. My feelings don't matter. I just want to understand the people that are unfavorited. Even if you don't like someone, it's so much better to understand the way their mind works, why they are the way they are, and kind of. I think the more we understand each other, the healthier and the better this app, and the more interesting this app will become. So Noctis, I had no idea how you're going to show up today, Sharpie or no Sharpie, on the face. So thank you for being here. The
You never know
first,
with me.
the first, hi Cooper, the first time that my first couple of days on the app, I didn't stream or do anything the first 3 weeks, just got acquainted, got to know people, went in boxes, figured it out. And I noticed you right away, and you did have Sharpie that day. And you were kind of, I don't want to say you were screaming because you weren't arguing, but the first time I saw you, you literally had covered in Sharpie. You had some sort of a beer or something, and you were screaming about the importance of like how mental health and physical health are connected. I swear, this was like almost 60 days ago now or something that I saw that. And so that's how I landed on your stream, and I stopped on your stream right away. Why do you do the Sharpie thing as opposed to like a poster of your gifters? Why is it on your skin? It's really Sharpie, by the way. And is that,
What?
do you break, because your skin looks clear, do you not break out? I would be like covered in acne and who knows what if I did that.
The secret to removing Sharpie is baby wipes. Also, you also figure out that blue Sharpie and red Sharpie or any of the other colored Sharpies don't come off as easily as the black Sharpie. So stick with the black one. Baby wipes.
Okay, but and why did you start doing that?
I mean, so a lot of people will be like, hey, I have this cup. I'm going to write your name on this cup. And guess what? Nobody ever sees the cup again. You write somebody's name on your face, it's free advertising, and it's pretty ridiculous. Especially if you like, it's like a wow factor. Like, oh my god, this asshole is really putting Sharpie on his face. So I mean, it makes the stream fun, entertaining, and it gives somebody to like, like, oh my god, I want my name on this man's face. Let's do it. So it's fun.
Is it baby wipes or
Yeah, baby
baby
wipes.
oil?
No, no, not baby oil. Baby wipes.
Oh,
Just like
okay,
normal,
someone was
normal, like,
asking.
yeah, normal
Um,
baby wipes. You gotta scrub a little bit, but it ain't like it's not terrible. It's not terrible.
we love the blonde.
Oh, we're Gabrielle and I are working on making it like Phantom White. So we just did like a bleach and a tone today, and tomorrow after I go to the barber, we'll do another bleach and tone. So
Did you tone? Yeah.
yeah, I did tone. I did
So
tone. So
that's
that's why
what
it
you
looks like
tone.
super white in places, but like the roots are
Are you
still a
sure
little
you?
yellow.
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
Yeah, so we got a
Gotcha.
little more work to do, but she's doing a great job. She's doing a great job.
That's what's up, Gabby. We see your work, Gabby. Um, and she's not done yet. Thank you for the promo
Yeah,
earlier, Gabby. That was her foot, you guys, that everyone saw on Noctis' face. If you saw that promo. So okay, so I understand the Sharpie, and I think that's a cool idea. And I mean, I stopped. It made you stand out, and I mean, that's pretty hardcore to write. I love all y'all who gift me, but I guess maybe not as much as Noctis loves you. I don't know. Sorry, I'm not doing it. But
everybody,
okay, so
thank you
you're
guys.
the mental health and physical health.
Yeah,
That's really why I stayed. And you went on and on about that, and you were very vulnerable
yeah,
in that first live that I've ever seen you on. I'm not sure how vocal you are about your physical health. Can I touch on that just a little bit?
of course.
Okay. So I learned that you had, or maybe you're still battling cancer.
Uh,
Um,
I, I was first diagnosed in 2021. I beat it, and I was re-diagnosed in 2023. I've been battling it ever since. I have a stage 2
oh,
adenocarcinoma in
okay.
my back of my colon, in the same area that it was removed from. I
Okay.
also was just recently diagnosed with two different heart diseases: coronary artery disease and obstructive disease in my heart. I just found that out about a week and a half ago. So
I'm
again,
sorry.
no, it's okay. There's nothing to be
But
sorry for.
also I'm so happy that you beat cancer.
I beat it once. I'm battling it now.
You're gonna beat
And
it again
of course, it's going to take a little more than
for
a
sure.
wad of cells to take me out. I'm going to go out in a blaze of glory somehow.
Everyone pray up tonight, by the way, for Noctis. Um, what did you? So did you? Were you always like vulnerable about that on here?
Uh,
Because you,
so I try not to. I don't use it for pity. Like a lot of people will sit there and take their misfortune and make it other people's problems, but everybody has problems of their own. So I don't use it as like a "oh poor me, please come support me" type deal. I don't do that. Actually, as a matter of fact, tonight I had a battle an hour before this with a creator named Lesbo Nutsack, and he has stage 4 colon cancer, and he just went through major surgery, had a bunch of lymph nodes removed and things like that. The man's gonna have cancer for the rest of his life, but he's kicking ass. So that was something that we did to kind of raise awareness, and shout out to anybody out there fighting that good battle. It's
how
tough.
amazing that you guys can connect and talk about it and show up for one another and encourage each other. And by the way, I know you don't use it for pity because that first stream I stopped on, actually what you were doing and why I was so intrigued by you was that you had what the internet calls a mini crash out. I did not catch that crash out. I'm going to be honest, right? So I came after the fact. I was new to the app and you were staring at your chat and you told them, I know I crashed out a little bit, guys, but this is how I feel this morning. I woke up, I didn't want to get out of bed, and you were just being completely vulnerable. You weren't, and I just thought that was so interesting that because it would have been so easy for you to say that, whatever, I didn't crash out, or maybe I did, but you said, I overreacted, and here's why. I'm not feeling my best. I'm sorry.
Right. So for me, accountability is a big thing. I'm not perfect. I'm the furthest thing from perfect. Like I just like a few months ago, I just like reaffirmed my faith in God, and I was rebaptized into a new church and started picking up that moniker, or not moniker, like that like carrying my cross again, essentially. And
That's amazing.
a big part of me, like I mental health is directly like it directly correlates to your physical health. If you are stressed and you have ailments inside of you, like
Yeah,
that stress releases cortisol, which is terrible for your body. I'm not some
right.
like weird like tree hugger hippie that eats tree bark and is like, oh my god, you need to put turmeric in your soup, or I don't know. But
Thank you,
like what I
Jesus.
do know is that when I'm stressed, I feel a whole hell of a lot worse
Mhm.
than when I'm happy, and it makes a world's difference when you're dealing with chronic illness and things like that, or really heavy things. Um,
And you're healthier than the rest of us by letting it out because here's the thing, there's a big part of my life that so far on the internet I've kept private, right?
yeah,
Everyone has boundaries on here, but if you're someone like Noctis, and there's not a lot of them out here, right, who show every part of your day, what's going on in your mind and your personal life, that you're letting that out, you're not hiding that, you're not having to keep that to yourself, and
yeah. I
that's
see.
healthy in a
I
way.
used to be like so I've been a streamer for 5 years, and when I first started, I was really like nervous and reserved, believe it or not. And
What was your life like when you did that, when you first started streaming? Like, what were you
well, when
doing
I
in
first
life?
started streaming was when I was first diagnosed with cancer. Before that, I'd worked in bars and restaurants for a really long time. I was also a competitive boxer. Um,
Wait, what? I didn't know that.
yeah. I fought at
That's
the
really cool.
2021 New England Golden Gloves. I was a semifinalist. I my last match I fought, I lost, and it's the one that I have on paper, my license. Um, I wasn't feeling good at all, and I couldn't keep my legs beneath me. Everything was just like I felt like knots. Like somebody was like I use this analogy all the time. Like you ever like wring out a towel when it's like wet to get the water out? It's
Yeah.
like what somebody like it's what my guts felt like.
While you were boxing?
wrong, and she waved it off. My boxing coach is like, "What the fuck, you son?" Blah, blah, blah. It's crazy, and I just like I don't know where I went wrong. And that the next day, I started like blood coming out in the toilet, like from my so. I thought like maybe I got hit in the stomach or something. Then it started persisting, and then I started losing weight. I'm like, okay, something is really fucking wrong, and I was embarrassed to even like seek out help for that. I'm like, how do you go find help for that? And
Really?
lo and behold, I went. I ended up getting referred to a gastroenterologist, and they went and I had a colonoscopy. They did a biopsy. They found that I had cancer in me. They went back in, did another one, was able to remove the rest of the tissue there, and like I had a crazy like
The
year and a half after that of just constant monitoring. But
the chat is saying that it is not easy for a man. You guys, please get your checks, even if it's something small. We live in America. We have, walk into the hospital, do whatever you need to do, figure out a way to get yourself checked and helped if you can, please.
if
Because
you see something, do something because it'll save your life.
yes, thank you for bringing awareness to that, because I feel even
Absolutely.
women, we've all been guilty of, for whatever reason, not going. Just go. Better to go and it be nothing than other way around. So I'm
Yeah.
glad. So how long were you boxing though? That's because I just didn't know about that.
So a few years.
Okay.
I did martial arts my entire life. Judo and jiu-jitsu I did since I was a kid.
Wow.
Yeah, I competed and did some really cool things with that. And then I actually got into like like it's like a YouTube like underground boxing thing. It's really huge. And this was my first time like stepping in to try to do like MMA or anything like that because I'd never done it. And then there's this guy down there. His name what the hell is his name? Danny Scholl. He was a professional boxer at one point. He told me to try out boxing, and I didn't. I was terrible. I was absolutely horrible, and then that really inspired me to try my hand at it. And within a year, I was coaching. I helped
Wait, you were
start
terrible and that made you want.
to do better. Yeah,
Okay, very interesting.
I hate being terrible at things. I do.
Most people,
It'll
I
it'll
think,
like
would
sit
maybe
there and
pick a
haunt me in my
hobby
head.
like,
Like, why do I suck so bad? I need to be better.
okay,
Yeah, I don't know what it is about it. Like
it's
if
very
I'm bad
interesting.
at something, I need to be good at it.
Okay.
I like being challenged.
There's some psychology there. I
Yeah.
think, because I think that a lot of people would move on and choose something that they enjoy and are good at least a little good at. But
Oh,
you
trust
like,
me, it took a whole lot of getting my brains beat in to start to really get my feet down beneath me, you know. Um but
but that
yeah,
means
with
that
it
you love a challenge and you love to problem solve and
I
you love to push yourself
I
and
do.
you
I
believe in
do.
yourself. I mean
I
that's incredible. I think that's really inspiring.
Thank you. So within a year, I was coaching, and then I helped start up a program called Life in Balance for people with neurological disorders like Parkinson's disease, multiple sclerosis, spinal stenosis, traumatic brain injury, also like a whole slew of problems. It's almost it's like working neuroplasticity, which means like different neurons in your brain fire off different parts of your body. So the left side of your brain controls the right side, and so on and
Hmm.
so forth. So you sit there and have like these people, lift their left hand and the right leg, just like things like that.
Hmm.
That honestly, things like that, little arbitrary things, actually help slow the progression of those diseases, which is really cool. Just by
That's
giving them that muscle
interesting.
memory. And we
So
also
just
started
like
a
doing
youth
it
boxing program
daily.
too. Yeah, just little things, just going
Okay.
like this, like just like working like your ergonomics and like just little things.
Hmm.
Yeah, so it's really cool. That it works. It really does work, and it helps build up confidence and gets people in a better mind. I'm telling you, mind like your frame of mind is
Hmm.
directly it correlates to your
Yeah.
physical health. So if you I don't know if you've ever seen a movie called Patch Adams with Robin Williams, but he used laughter as medicine, improving quality of life over quantity, and
Yes, exactly.
it really makes a difference.
And we're so lucky to have most of this information online for free. So if we're able
Yeah,
to try it and it's working, why not use all of the hard work and research that's gone into this and use it to our advantage in our lives? I think
right.
that's amazing. Yeah,
Yeah,
keeping your
absolutely.
body going and keeping it awake in different ways is just good for the longevity of your life. So, okay, so that happened in the rink, and that's when you started streaming or before the boxing?
That so I will. again, I was boxing, and then after the Golden Gloves hit, I trained for about another 2 weeks before I just was like, "Fuck this." I was pissed off at myself. I was pissed off at my coach. I was pissed off at a lot of things, and I had it, and I just had persistent bleeding and f- physical illness, and I lost about 40 pounds in about a month and a half.
Oh, wow.
Uh-huh.
Did you feel like streaming was maybe one of your only options at that point
Well, no, I didn't even
also?
know about streaming. So I was dating this girl at the time who was a streamer. I met her through a mutual friend, and she introduced me to the world of streaming. I was like, "So, like, do
Is
you
she on
stream?" Like,
here?
no, 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 no. This is like 5 years ago,
Oh, okay.
almost 5 years. Yeah. So we were like, I was on
Gangster
another.
hour.
Like, I started off on an app called Meet Me,
Okay.
and don't go there. Yeah.
I
So
won't.
that was like my introduction to streaming. When she told me she's a streamer for a little, I was like, "What do you do? Like Twitch? You stream video games?" Like it was new to me. She's like, "No, I just sit here, I talk to people, blah 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 blah, and they just show love." I'm like, "Wait, what? No way!" And then I started watching her, and I started watching other people, and then I started getting involved. I was a supporter at first, dropped
Mm-hmm.
heavy, and yeah, then I started getting into it, and I blew up, became a top badge. Left that app, tried a couple other apps. It wasn't quite for me. Went over to TikTok. Wasn't a League A1 streamer over there, and I just hated the censorship. I hate that I
Mm-hmm.
can't say fuck. I hate that I can't. I'm too unhinged for the likes of TikTok. So eventually, I found my way here in January, and I've been here ever since. And it's been a movie. Yeah, my first day, we got our first verification. On our fifth day, we were number one on the app
Here?
here. Yep.
So, okay, so wow, that's insane.
Yeah.
Did you get support from TikTok then to help you accomplish that on here?
I came here with about 5 people.
Well, then how did that happen? If you only had 5 people, they helped you out a lot. They really believed in you and wanted to
Uh,
make it.
well, Beetlejuice and Gabrielle went crazy on me. Gabrielle was so my girlfriend Gabrielle. She's been following me since TikTok. She was a viewer of mine. She was never
Shut
financially
up.
like she was a viewer of mine. She never gifted me over on TikTok. But she followed me over. She came over here,
Why do you have to
and
mention that she never gifted you on there?
yeah, well, because she's a platinum badge over here, and she got all of that on me, like pretty much like my
Okay,
first couple
okay,
months on
all
here.
right.
She dropped maybe like almost, what was it, almost 300K my fifth day for my summit. 300K. Beetlejuice dropped about 500.
What?
Yeah, Beetlejuice
Let's
dropped like
go,
500K.
boss.
Gabrielle dropped
Okay,
about
Gabby.
300K.
Dang.
Best Buy came in. A couple other people came in and finished off the summit run, but we were number one. And this was the day that TikTok was taken off the App Store. So it's
Okay.
complete
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
complete bedlam. The app was crashing like nonstop, and we ended up finishing at 1.4 milli.
Was it so after that happened to you? Like, did you know? Did you have a strategy of what you're going to do in your streams, or were you always the way you are now, where you just literally talk whatever's on your mind, show your life?
Yeah,
Did
but
you?
back then I weighed a lot less, and I was heavy on the moonshine at the time. So, I would sit there. I had a full beard. I was wearing my
Wait, what?
famous cowboy hat, you know,
You weighed
and
a
that's
lot
how I
less.
fucking streamed.
Was
I
it?
streamed my cowboy hat, drinking the moonshine, and we had a fucking ball, but it was
So
killing me at
now,
the
so
time.
what's changed? What's changed? You're a little heavier and you're drinking the ciders.
I'm trying to be a little more health oriented.
Okay,
You
okay. I
know,
see. What,
people evolve,
yeah,
and I feel like all this progression throughout my 1 year, there's been a lot of evolution, at least with me and my group of friends. And you could start off with a group of people, and some people will disappear, some new people will come in, and it's the name of the game. And the people that stay there throughout, those are the very special people that you hold on to. Those are the lifelong friends that
yeah.
carry on past the app, and
Did
it's a
you
really beautiful thing.
did you have a strategy?
My strategy
Listen, because
was to,
let me explain. Let me explain, okay?
yeah.
Because a lot of people think that, and they think instantly that it's something inauthentic, and it's not. That's not what a strategy is, right? Did you have any strategy as to how you wanted to plan and move in this app?
No, not any time that I've ever hit podium.
Wow.
It's never been planned. It is
Really?
never. It has never been planned. I've never had like a planned push.
See,
Like
that's
even on my
crazy. You guys, that's
birthday,
crazy to
like my
me.
birthday, we didn't get
Wow.
podium. I made like 200K, which I'm grateful for. But I didn't plan anything. You know, I don't like to plan things. I don't like doing scheduled events. To be honest, you hardly ever see me in them. This, I was happy to do it because I like to hear myself talk sometimes.
I wonder if that's
I'm kidding.
almost just like a happier, healthier way to move on the app is to say like, wow, I'm starting to have a good day. Podium makes sense for today rather than pressuring yourself. And I
Well,
don't know.
here's
I
the
don't
thing
know. It's
too. Like
interesting.
here's the thing too, and this is the way that I look at it is I grew up with nothing. Like I worked my ass off my entire life to have next to nothing. And I understand what it takes to
Hmm.
have to put food on the table. So why am I going to sit there and put pressure on people that may not be streamers living their normal regular life
Yeah.
to put like take their money that they may need for bills or food or their
Mhm.
kids or ass ointment, you know, whatever the
Yeah.
hell they need. Like
What?
I'm not going to sit there and put pressure on other people to come support me. I feel like people are going to support me if they want to.
Hmm.
That's the way I look at it. And yeah, you know, marketing wise, maybe it's not the best strategy, but I'm able to pay my bills. I'm able to make sure that
Well,
there's
how
food
long
in my
did it take
home.
you unfavorited before you? So the first day of favored, you said week one, you got verified, you got your
My
stomach
first
bug.
day verified.
Right. So how long of being unfavored before you had the thought this could be a full-time living for me? Like,
My streaming's been a full time living for me for the past 5 years.
but unfavored specifically, the money on here.
Well, so it was after that first day that I knew like this is where I wanted to be.
Okay.
I saw the percentage was better. I liked the freedom, and the community was far different than it is now. For anybody who's been here since I've been here, you'll understand that the entire dynamic of the app has changed in a weird way. When I first started, everybody wanted everybody to win. Everybody was helping each other. Not in a recycling way. It's just everybody was just friends. Everybody loved each other. Everybody pulled up for one another. It was beautiful. It was like there was not a single stream that I wasn't in that we weren't laughing to the point that we were pissing our pants. Now it's like everybody feels like they have to walk on eggshells or present themselves a certain type of way. You don't have to do that. I'm never going to do that for anybody. I'm going to always genuinely be myself. So when you
Mm,
talk about like my vulnerability and my comfortability with being open, everybody like I used to do 24-hour streams. I used to stream all day and I'd have my camera pointed on me while I slept.
mm-hmm.
And just keep on grinding. That's you know, people have always known the entirety of my life. I was in the hospital dying of colitis back in March. I was in the hospital laid up and I was streaming the entire time. Hopped up on Dilaudid. Like it was crazy. But
Yeah.
that's the way I like to keep it. I want people to know that who I am on my stream is who I am off of
Mm-hmm.
it. I'm the same person. I don't
Mm-hmm.
switch up. I don't change. What you see is what you get. If you don't like it, fuck it. No big deal.
So
And if
see,
you're here, it's cool.
that's why this is so important to me and this series is important because I see people on here that are so successful and they have a strong brand. They stick to it and that does really well for them. And then you have people like Noctis where their brand is truly just their life. And that's what's so insane. There's no rules to this app. I see the little boxes as many little businesses and windows into our soul and in our life. And we could use these boxes any which way we could imagine, right? You
Yeah,
could it could be a storefront, it could be like you where you actually are to me it's a little bit of a reality show where there's only like one character, right? Well, Gabby's in it too now.
yeah.
Um
She is.
um so wait, okay, so day one of being unfavorited, you did well.
Yeah,
Was it month five, six, seven, year one where it got to a point where it was paying your bills every month to be on here?
it paid my bills immediately.
Okay. So you had a strong start and you didn't lose momentum. You were
I
able to
mean,
keep
I have days where I make nothing. Like literally, I'll be on for like 12 hours and make like 30 something cents. Same as everybody else. Like I'm no different
that's
than
real.
that.
That's real.
Yeah, I'm the same as somebody else who has 500 followers and you know feels like they don't have that much exposure. You see that I have almost 21,000 followers, and how many of them realistically come in and say hello to me every day? Probably about 20 of them.
Mm,
You know, so just because I have a large following doesn't mean I'm a huge creator or anybody else for that matter. They just
mm-hmm,
want to sit there and sell you snake oil. Don't let people
mm-hmm.
fool you into the illusion that you need to be part of what they got going on in order to be successful on this app. All you need to do is go out there, market yourself, network, showcase your personality. Don't be afraid to hit the send battle or send co-host to somebody with 50 people in their damn chat. Go
Hmm.
out there and be seen. It's not you trying to poach their supporters. It's just you going around and trying to make friends. That's all it is. And me, I don't have viewers. I don't have supporters. I don't have gifters. I have people I care about, and I have people I don't care about. It is
Right.
what it is. I consider
Yeah.
like these are tangible people with entire lives, families, all these
Hmm.
things. I don't like to quantify somebody as a statistic. It's
I think
bullshit.
that's also, first of all, I think that morally that's uh I agree with it morally, but I think even from a business standpoint, I think that's a smarter way to be. Even if you didn't even feel that way, I think
Well,
it's
think
smarter
about it.
to
Customer service. You know,
yes.
what you're gonna go with somebody that just kind of writes you up. You're gonna like be more comfortable with
Yeah.
somebody that's giving you their entire undivided
Yes.
attention. Giving you, I can
That
tell you at
takes
least
time.
one personal thing about everybody in my fucking chat. One personal
Uh
thing from their personal life.
Yeah, and I think so that's the difference, you guys, is how you decide to move unfavorited, whether you want to slowly build a strong community, or a lot of people on here, they're like, if I get one or two big gifters and they pay my bills and I'm happy. And listen, I that's amazing. You're blessed if you have a few big gifters. I think everyone would love that. But think about it, right? If something happened to that one person or those three people, you're screwed. You want connections across the board, and you want a lot of people who are giving you galaxies or nothing. They're commenting, they're keeping you here. I told my chat, I said, please don't worry about any gifts, because I don't even want to turn the live button if no one's talking to me. So you just being here and saying hi, Geralda, or just keep it up is what's going to keep me on. If you drop me a Midas and leave, I'm still going to be alone in my room. You
Right.
drop me a Midas, but I don't want to be on. I'm embarrassed to be on. No one's interacting with me. So I think interacting and conversating is the most important thing. It's what feels the best, and the money and success will always follow.
It
It's
will.
it
It
will.
requires persistence, and honestly, it's not so much about getting new people in, right? It's about having retention. You want people coming by all the
Yes,
time,
exactly.
right? If you're not sitting there engaging your chat, you're just sitting there on a second device like this, and you're wondering why you're doing so fucking shit. Maybe you should look within yourself and wonder, why am I so fucking boring? Nobody wants to sit there. Like
Change your
if you
content.
really want new people coming in your
Change it
chat,
up.
right? You're just sitting there like this.
Hmm.
Like they're gonna scroll right past you because you ain't got nothing interesting going on.
Yeah. So switch up your content if it's not working.
And if you have trouble starting up conversation, right? Everybody hates small talk, like, oh, hey, how's the weather? Hey, but listen, you can sit there and be like, yo, how was your day? What you got going on? Oh yeah, I just went to work. I hate it. Yeah, I'm sorry, man. I hope work goes by quick for you. What do you do? And then they'll tell you what they do. And then you get into like, oh yeah, you're a carpenter. One time I hit my fucking thumb with the hammer. This shit
What's
sucks.
what's
You
that
build
accent?
up the conversation.
What's your accent?
New England.
Okay, I love that.
Thank you.
Um, no, okay, I agree. What's the hardest part of you? By the way, you guys, we are close to the hot round, and it's gonna be interesting. He told me, I forgot to tell you, in my bad in the intro.
Yeah.
He told me, I don't want to talk about the interview. I don't care, Geralda. I'll be there, and it's everything is off limits. I mean, nothing's off limits. Rather, nothing is off limits. You can ask me anything. He said I am an open book.
Yep.
So.
I ain't afraid of
So
nothing.
and we're almost there. What's the hardest part about being a consistent, successful streamer? Something that you want to tell someone like me. I'm very new. What can I expect, and like in a way where I can kind of plan on it, and know how to get past that part, if that
Success
makes
is
sense. I
never
was worded
promised,
globally.
right? So this is my advice. Success is never promised. You're gonna have amazing days, and you're gonna have days where you don't make shit. So the days that you don't make shit, you have to remember that you have to be on in order for something to happen. And even when you're feeling discouraged, you need to have faith and carry on through, and not let that shit attitude carry on into your stream, because people feed off that. When you do have a good day, humble yourself and understand that those good days are not going to be every single day, unless you're like a rare case where you're just like constantly throwing things out. But even then, you might be taking a loss. So just stay humble, Be
Mm-hmm.
patient and have
Mm-hmm.
fun with the people that are there. And I promise you, down the road, once you're consistent and you are
Mm-hmm.
like you need consistency throughout, consistency in yourself, consistency in your streaming and your schedule, your content. Everybody
Yeah.
knows what to expect. They gain a level of comfortability. You will have steadiness in a way.
So
In a
it's
way.
so the hardest part is the days where there's not much going on when you were first starting. That would just, and what do? You kind of just you move around the room and just do what you would normally be doing in those moments when you have zero or one or two or three views only.
Listen, when I even if I have one person in the chat, I'll sit there, I'll play music, and I'll sit there waiting for
Hmm.
somebody to come in and be like, "Hey," or
Yeah.
if I'll keep a look at my views, and I'll be like, "Yo, what up? I see you hiding." Sometimes they'll be like, "Oh shit, he saw me," or they'll
They'll say
talk.
hi. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So
So
you pay you welcome everyone
but
in.
not only
You
that,
keep
if you
it.
have nobody in your stream,
Hmm.
co-host is somebody else. You have somebody to talk to.
Mm.
Co-host
Okay,
is somebody else. Don't be
that's a
discouraged
good
that there ain't nobody
idea.
in your chat. Go talk to their chat. Go talk
I
to
wish
them.
I would have done that more. Co-hosted more in the beginning.
Go talk to somebody. Keep it interesting. Then eventually someone will come in and they'll notice what you're saying, but don't be boring. Don't sit there monotone either. Like, hey guys, what's going on? I like mayonnaise. Like, no, like fucking talk, have emotion,
Yeah,
project, be
yeah.
outgoing. Even when it's hard to, like most of the time, you can ask Gabrielle. If we're out in public, I'm sitting there motherfucking everybody, like, yo, get the fuck away from me. I don't like people. But on here, it's easy for me to talk and be myself because I don't have to sit there and deal with somebody's odor or their fucking slow walking in front of me or their fucking terrible driving.
Not their odor.
Yeah, people are odoriferous.
Are you saying you've never told someone to get the F away from you on this app before?
Oh, I definitely have. But I don't have to do it as much.
You don't have to do it as much as if they were in person,
Yeah,
smelling bad and whatever else
no.
that
Yeah,
triggers you.
most people on here are pretty fucking cool. I've
Mm.
definitely dealt with my handful of fucking assholes, but it is what it is. Everybody does. Everybody ends up butting heads, and at the end of the day, we all need to recognize that we need to coexist. It's not like you just erase somebody's
Mm.
fucking presence. All right, Adolf Hitler out there, you can't do it.
That's a very interesting. I've never thought of it that way, but you're right. It's a small ecosystem still, and you basically you're either going to have conflict and resolution, or you're going to live in conflict the whole time you're here.
Well, the
That's a
thing
good
is
point.
like you could come like me. I would like to like if anybody has a discrepancy with me, pull me aside, talk to me on IG or Discord or whatever you want to fucking do. If you got a problem with me, talk it out there. We can talk it out, and if we can come to a compromise or an agreement, great. I'm happy to do that. I have a firm faith in God. I like to forgive people, and I will take accountability if I fuck up, or if we can't, you could fuck off and I could fuck off, and just we could both stay in our own fucking lane. Why carry
I-
this shit on? It's
Is
miserable.
there something that you've done on favorited since you've been here where you wish that you could kind of remove that from your streaming history and you wish that it never happened and you regret it? If you could go back, you would change it.
I wish I wasn't as much of a drunken crash out like in the beginning phases of my streaming on here, but Uh, yeah,
What
that's
was
about it. I
why
mean,
were you crashing
so
out though?
one thing I can say with complete and total confidence in my heart and in my soul and in my faith and love in God is
Hmm.
that I've never had to step over anybody else in order to get to where I wanted to be. And I hold true to that to this day. I will not wrong somebody to move forward or try to get ahead. Never, not once. I refuse to.
You're very you're clear and honest about your motives.
Yeah, always,
Yeah. Yeah, I
always.
respect that. And by the way, that comes through. We're smarter than people think. You can get away with doing that once or twice. People will figure out that you don't have good intentions sooner or later. They will.
No,
Um, why were you crashing out so much in the beginning?
I don't remember. I was drunk.
Okay. Okay. So were you drinking because you were already drinking in your personal life, or were you drinking because you wanted to drink while you were streaming to take
Oh
yourself
no,
into streaming
I was
mode?
drinking because I enjoyed it. It was definitely a personal life thing that I did.
Okay.
At the time, it made me not feel so bad about certain things going on in my personal life and my body, and it kind of created
Okay.
this illusion that I wasn't in pain, even though I was.
Hmm.
But yeah, I kind of grew out of that when I was like when I got out of the hospital. I had a few other things happen. Um, it kind of opened my eyes, and I got back into the gym.
Hmm.
Started eating better, started having healthier habits, and yeah, I
So do you
feel a
you
lot
don't
better than
think
I
that
did,
you
even though
need
I'm still
it
fucked
to
up.
stream?
What was that?
It's so it was you were drinking that way because that's just how you wanted to drink. It wasn't necessarily the fact that you thought I'm about to stream and turn
You
the
know
camera
what?
on.
Some people do drink to help, like like
No,
it
I,
gives
I
them that
know. That's
liquid
why I'm yeah.
confidence.
Yeah.
I definitely like it like there's a part of me that feels like it was a lot funner to stream when I was drunk. A lot of like yeah,
Okay. Yeah.
I did fucking have some fucking crazy antics. I used to do this thing called the fuck candle. Um,
Okay.
yeah, I used to pour hot like burn a candle and pour hot wax all over my chest and my stream while I was pissed drunk. Um, I
So
used to do a bunch
the
of like
Sharpie
wild
wasn't
rowdy
enough.
shit.
Now we're going to the hot candles.
Oh, I used to do all sorts of shit. Um,
Okay.
we've calmed a lot down. We still have fun though. We still do.
Yeah, I've heard some streamers say that they don't necessarily drink or whatever else in their personal life a lot, but when they're on stream, especially the late night streamers, they a
Yeah,
lot of them
I can
need
see how we could break down some barriers and have them be a little more open and confident and like a little more outspoken. I've never needed that. I think it was just
right.
more for me a personal thing.
It's and you guys, it does listen, you have to think that's another side of this people don't talk about. When you start streaming and you start seeing numbers, okay? I'm gonna be very open because I've talked to many, many, many people on here. You're looking at the charts, you need to make the money, you're getting to know the community, you're on a high. A lot of people for their confidence, they will have a drink or two. Other people, they need to stay up all night, they'll have an Adderall or two or three. This is the truth of what happens behind the scenes of a streamer. Everyone is different. Who you are in real life
We're all
is
human.
who you're going to be on here, but
We're
there's
all
a
human. So like
lot.
before y'all judge anybody
Yes.
for like using like guess what? We've all used something at some point in order to enhance our mood or our feelings or it don't matter whether it's drinking a cigarette, coffee, fucking you fucking are you're an overeater, you're an undereater.
Yeah.
Everybody's got a vice. It
Advice.
doesn't mean that it's okay, but for everybody to sit there and place judgment, we're
Mm-hmm.
all humans, we're all people. And I'm
No,
not
there
one to
shouldn't be
sit there by the
judgment.
campfire and sing kumbaya, but like understand, like,
No, there shouldn't
when
be
you're placed
judgment.
yeah, when you're placed in a position where you're in the public eye a lot of people have like such high expectations of you. You're held to a certain standard.
Yes.
Me, I made it prevalently clear. I'm the same as the rest of y'all. If I fuck up, I fuck up, and I'm here for it.
Clip that someone. Um with the like smoke coming out at the end too, by the way. Um okay, so you basically and you're like, what if it's out there, it's out there, it happened and I can't take
What
it
are you
back
gonna
and I'm not
do?
going to be concerned about it.
No, no,
Yeah.
not at all. No,
And okay.
we all make mistakes.
Yeah, and so it's a slippery road, you guys, and we don't judge one another, but imagine a lot of these people, you don't know what they're going through, and they do. They need the confidence boost. Maybe they feel like there's a lot going on behind the scenes. So when you decide to be a streamer and you start to do it full time, there's so much that's going on that your chat doesn't even realize because it might not be exciting things. It's things that maybe streamers don't even consciously realize, but they're having to make these decisions and if you're not in touch with yourself and if you're not aware, it could take you over you in a negative way, or it could take over you in the most beautiful and positive way. But either way, it's a journey, and I think we're all figuring it out. I had my first interview on the series, and I had a big glass of red wine before. I mean, I was really nervous to interview Adrielle. I had my dinner, I had a glass of wine, and anyway, and the reason I bring up substances was just to show you guys and explore a different side of this. There's a lot of things that go on. Another one is depression and feeling like there's no one in my room and I'm new and I'm never going to be a top streamer. I'm never going to be in the charts. I'm nobody. Why'd I even start doing this in the first place? I should figure something else out with my life. These are thoughts that most of us have. and even the people that you think never thought that way because it was easy for them, they have those days, they have those thoughts. What do you think, because okay, so you're so open, what do you think, if you had to guess, is the most misunderstood thing about you on here?
I don't know. I don't really think about what other people think about me.
Maybe based on comments, based on arguments, based on, is there, are, have there been trends and people saying something about you to where you think, damn,
Oh,
they
people
see
talking
me
about
that way,
my
but they're
criminal
missing.
background. Yeah, that people try to throw my criminal background in my face all the time.
So you think that you're misunderstood by that?
Yeah, of course, because people misconstrue the situation. They don't know, any of the matters, anything, any of the context of any of the
Yeah.
situation that happened with me. All they see is two charges on a piece of paper.
Okay.
That they don't know anything pertaining to it. They just surmise something because a creator who used to be on here, who no longer is, was bent out of shape because I was with his girlfriend before he was.
And
So
so he decided as a way
to
to get
dox
back
me,
to,
yeah,
yeah.
he doxed me and started dragging my name around the app. Created like this giant thing. I was actually dead near wanting to kill myself until a few good friends, my Gabrielle, pulled me
I'm
out of
so
it, and
sorry. So
it's okay.
that's very interesting. When you come on
Yep.
this app, you might think things are going well. It does happen. It happens on every app where you upset the wrong person or two or three, and they dig, and they use your past mistakes as a way to fuel your demise on this app. No one unfavorited, no one can cancel you. Okay? This is not TikTok. We are
Yeah,
not a
nobody can
cancel
cancel you on
culture.
here. Don't let
The
them.
only person that can ever cancel you is yourself. If you decide to keep your camera off, that's the only way you're canceled.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so that was your record, and I think that's interesting to kind of like expect that these people are going to dig up these things about me. Anything could come up,
Yep.
right? Which could be scary for some people.
Could be.
But what I think is funny about that though is that the way we react as a community is what's going to either encourage that behavior or not, right?
Right.
Because when a lot of people may have a record, a lot of people may have other issues that you are digging up on people, but you don't know the circumstances. And if I were to look at your circle in your life and examine everyone who you touched base with in that month, I wonder how many of those people have done things in their
Well,
past that they would that are wrong, that are not, that are mistakes. And so I think it's funny. I think that there's a small group of people who do that on this app, but I want that group to know you can do it and you have done it, but it hasn't stopped us, okay? It hasn't thrown us off the app. We keep going. We back each other. Depending on the mistakes, yes, there are things that you've done in your life that we don't forgive. I'm sorry. There are things with children that we
yeah,
don't forgive, and we don't have any room for that on this app.
definitely not.
Other than that, God is our only judge, and everyone is welcome here. Everyone deserves a second chance and for forgiveness, and your past will never define you, and you are allowed to be a different person when you wake up in the morning. So I'm sorry
Absolutely.
that happened to
No,
you.
don't worry about it.
But clearly you didn't allow it to keep you off the internet. And that's something we should expect, you guys, if you're online, that could happen. And just to be prepared, and have a lot of love for yourself and stand up for yourself. And if you can explain yourself, that is the best policy. But don't feed
You
into
owe nobody
people
an
using that.
explanation for anything. At the end of
You
the day,
don't.
you owe nobody nothing.
That's
You
true.
know,
You don't.
you
You
you owe
don't.
you owe, like seriously, like nobody on this app is judge, jury, or executioner for anything. Especially if you've already been through something and it's done and over with. That situation, double jeopardy, like right,
Yep. That's, yes.
why do they get to bury your past, or dig up your past when Jesus
Mhm.
buried your sin? You've already been
Yeah.
forgiven. You know what I'm saying?
No one can do that to you.
Nobody can do that to you. So don't ever like sit there and feel weary or worried about anything unless you're out there doing some fuck shit. Like if you're sitting out there like messaging children, go fucking burn alive. But other than that, like, yo, just fucking try to do right. It doesn't mean you need to be righteous. Just be real and be good to others. Don't sit there and do nothing you got to look over your shoulder for. It's not worth
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, and I think too, it's interesting, some of the people in the chat, I wonder about them because they'll spend time maybe creating little groups on here sometimes that are all against one person. And I always think to
Yeah,
myself, damn, let's say that took them 4 hours that week of thinking and energy. They could have used that 4 hours to one, better themselves or give love to the people they do like on here.
yeah.
And that makes you feel better, even though in the moment you think that joining a hate community, you all just like you're all after this person. We all hate her for the same reasons. Humans want bonding and we want community. And if you're lonely, you're going to join a community. Just join the right community. Find a streamer you love that inspires you and create a community around that streamer, not a streamer that you dislike, right? And by the way, we will always outnumber that corner of favorite because the streamers for the most part are positive. You're very strong people and you don't accept nonsense on here. You don't, and I respect that about you guys, that you may have your disagreements on this app as streamers, but at the end of the day you have not allowed cancel culture to happen on favorited,
Well,
and I'm very happy.
here's my bit of advice for anybody that's watching.
It's almost a
You,
hot round.
yep.
Sorry, go ahead.
What I want you guys to understand is that not everybody around you has the most righteous intentions, and a lot of people on here do live to see the reality TV bullshit. But one thing I want you to understand is when you fucking engage and you continue to perpetuate this ugly culture of demonizing
Right.
people and fucking with their mental health, guess what? One day it very well could happen to you too. So just be good, have fun. Just have fun. Find things that make you laugh. Find what's better than laughter? You finding laughter in somebody else's dismay is not fun laughter. That's disgusting laughter. Laughter is like watching somebody shove a fucking jalapeno up their nose or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
To me,
even the
that
stream.
shit ain't funny.
And for the streamers that you don't like or you heavily disagree with, we don't know, or from one streamer to another, from one person in the chat to another. I know this is cliche and we hear it, but truly, especially right now around the holidays, it can be a weird time for certain people. You don't know what's going on in the mind of that streamer. Okay, Noctis just shared that he considered taking his life at one point. Okay, these are things that could really, if we may act a certain way, like, hey, we're shrugging it off, and we do shrug it off, but at the end of the day, we're human beings. We have to lay in bed. We have emotions. Our bodies and our minds absorb these things. So even if you cannot stand someone because they said something that pisses you off, please keep in mind that when they turn their camera off, you have no idea what their life is really like. And God forbid that you are the person that caused something worse to happen to them. My parents always told me never be the reason for someone's demise. Even if they're your enemy, don't go down, don't die being the reason for anyone's demise on this planet. So don't ever have that blood on your hands, you guys. No matter how much you dislike someone, use the energy to do other things. So okay, you're dating a streamer. We're very curious about
She's not
that.
a streamer. She's never a streamer. She's a
Really?
viewer.
Really?
No,
Okay.
she first started streaming. She didn't even really stream. I made her get on stream just to join me in battle because I was just excited to see her. But she'll hop on the camera and stream for me. She puts herself in a place of uncomfortability so I could become
I used to
comfortable.
refuse to ever even get in a box
Yeah,
earlier.
she would never box up. She'd never let her voice be heard. Never
Hey,
be seen on camera.
is she willing to show her face really quick and just say hi to us or no?
Baby, come hither.
Gabby.
But not for long, not for long. I'm not
Hi,
answering questions.
Gabby.
Hi.
Hi, Gabby.
Hi.
Gorgeous. Gabby, I assumed you were a streamer, by the way.
I'm not.
I know, for
I
one,
it's
the
scared
camera
to
loves you and you have the
Thank
best
you.
personality ever.
Oh, you're sweet.
And I know how kind, we love to watch your relationship, by the way.
Do
You
you?
guys, they met online, okay?
It's
And they
fantastic.
actually acted on it. Not like a lot of y'all that are having these two, like 6 months, 2 year online relationships. And I'm here to tell you, y'all were never in a relationship. I don't know why you thought you were. You met up, you met in person,
Yep, I drove a long way.
you
2,800
acted on it.
miles to be with me.
Yeah, I came from Oregon.
And it's worked. You moved in and
Mhm.
it's worked.
It's
Okay,
working.
well, we just wanted to say hi. Thank you so much for stopping
Hi, thank
in.
you. Thank you for
And
being so nice.
thank you for taking such good care of Noctis and being
Oh,
there for our
She
boy.
does.
No, I
She
know she
is the
does.
most amazing
Thank
thing.
you.
We don't get into any arguments whatsoever. I love you too.
You guys, they're gonna be our first favorited wedding
oh my
on
gosh, that
here.
would be amazing.
She's
It's
No,
gonna be
no,
Lord of
this
the
is
Rings themed. Bring your cloaks.
I'm gonna be
this is
out.
going to be our first favorited wedding, you guys. Okay, so
Yeah,
before Gabby,
I mean,
sorry. Go.
Gabby, close your ears right now, Gabby. Close your
Okay.
ears. And I'm just kidding. So before Gabby and you got together officially and became a pair, how many girls on favorited have you DM'd in a way that you were kind of talking to them, a little
a
flirty,
handful.
a handful on here?
Yeah,
How far did it go with them? I mean, did you ever meet in
I
person?
slept with a couple. You asked me. I'm being
Did
honest.
you cross state lines in order to do so?
No, they cross state lines. I'm on probation. I can't leave the state without permission, and my PO is not gonna let me leave to go smash. Sorry,
Okay,
they
so you've slept with a few women that you've met unfavored,
not
and they
like
have all
two,
crossed.
two, two.
Okay, okay, and they've crossed state lines to be with you
Yeah.
because, quite frankly, that was the only option.
Well, if I asked my PO, sure, but it was just
You're
they
being
came here. They
protected.
came here. They came here. But I also like I took them out and like to like restaurants or the casino. Like we did
He
fun
said
things. It
they
wasn't
came to
just
me,
for that.
baby.
Like I'm not like some like wild like sex fiend that just wants to smash everything he sees. It's just the way that it worked out.
But they literally crossed. Okay, that's insane. So they
Yeah.
met up with you. They came to see you
Yeah. We hung out, had
from
good times.
favorited.
Like no bad blood over here.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
what's up. That's cool. Thank you for being honest. That's fascinating.
Yeah.
And did you so when you and Gabby got together, did you guys have to
Oh,
make
excuse me. No, I lied. It was three. Oh, I'm being honest
why did you forget about that last one?
because I was thinking about my house. Well, there was another.
Something
Either way, either way.
that last one was really unforgettable. It's okay, it happens. But so I mean really forgettable. Uh so when you and Gabby got together, did you guys like kind of have rules around the behavior on this app? Because let me
No,
explain something.
no,
Well,
not
because a
not.
lot of people, they're dating a streamer, right? There's no conversation. There's no conversation about, hey, your exes might be on here, girls are going to be flirting with you on here, the Discord, how like what was that like? Because I imagine it's strange for Gabby. It would be really strange for
Well,
me. I
here's
mean,
the thing. I don't get a whole lot of people in my DMs like trying to hit me up like
yeah,
on that tip. And like Gabrielle's like again, we've known each other for almost 2 years. She's seen me up and she's seen me down. She's seen me at like every aspect of my life because my life is always, yo, I got you, Chapo. Count me in. Um, she's seen every facet of my progression in streaming and in my life from TikTok to here the transition. She's been here through all of it. So her and I have the utmost trust with one another. I don't have
it's
time to fucking sit
amazing.
there. When I'm not on stream, I am deathly sick. You wouldn't even know it because I sit here and keep
Wow.
myself collected. Half the time I'm
Wow.
in bed with in intense pain or my face is back there and my face is in that garbage pail throwing up. You guys would never know.
Really?
Am I lying?
Sorry, I missed it. I'm
No, I
fine
was
now.
talking about when I'm not on stream. What's it like when I'm not on stream?
The same. But
Well, no, I'm talking about my health.
oh, it's sick, 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 sick. It's
Oh my,
always
I would
horrible.
have, can I say, I wouldn't have guessed that ever based on how you are when you're
I used to
interacting
do
with
sleep
us.
streams all the time, but it's gotten to a point where my body is not.
As much as I thought I knew about him, I would have never imagined it was this bad.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
So you basically are conserving and using all of your energy.
All of I put every last ounce
Wow.
of everything that I have into what I do.
Yep. And then he's done.
Everything, and then as soon as I hit that end live button, I'm done for.
Wiped.
Done for. I can barely fucking walk.
Last question before the hot round
Yeah.
is what do you think you'd be doing in your life right now if you were not streaming at all?
It's a hell of a question. Um, I honestly couldn't answer that because I'm like again, my health doesn't permit me to have a normal job like everybody else. My whole life again. I grew up working my ass off from doing everything from uh, polymer flooring to carpentry to bartending to managing restaurants, like everything. And like I can't stand to do an 8 hour shift. I'm lucky if I could even stand for 2 hours. Um,
Wow. So
so
that Noctis, that's fascinating because that is so that drives you in a unique way from people who have the ability to do anything and they're choosing to do this. I think even subconsciously, and you're not thinking about it, you're really good at this and you're driven and you're using all of your energy because you have a different driver. I
I
mean,
do.
yeah, that's interesting. So if you weren't doing this, you really don't know because thank God we live at a time where I mean, I talked to someone in Jamaica who told me he saved his entire household from this app. I'm not kidding.
Yeah,
Okay? Literally.
this app is entirely life changing. It really
It
is.
is.
I've honestly I've never been as successful or have had so many amazing and wonderful people believe in me and care about me to the point that they're willing to, you know, I like to use this analogy a lot too, is take food out of their cupboards to put onto my plate, because essentially that's what they're doing. They can
It
sit there and
is.
go grocery shopping with the things that they give me, and that they're choosing to make sure that I eat. And that's why, I do my best to be there for people. I've helped people, get medicine when they need it. Or if somebody was like, yeah, I'm ready to
Wow.
go to like the food pantry, like I was like, yo, I don't care if
Wow.
you want it or not. Give me your PayPal, give me your Apple Pay. I'm gonna send you money for groceries. So I'll give somebody 100, 200 bucks for groceries. One morning, I think it was like 2 weeks ago, I bought like everybody that came in my street a fucking coffee for the morning because it was Monday. You know,
We're a real
I,
community.
yeah, and I may not pull up on everybody the way that I'd like. It's because I don't have very much. I have a lot of bills, medical bills. I
Mhm.
take care of my parents. Um,
Mhm.
and on top of it, now I'm in a very wonderful relationship where we have goals and things that we want to do with our life. And I want to be able to support as many people as I can. It's really tough, and a lot of the time I'm always on stream. So when I do get off stream, I may not catch these people that support me online, and it's tough to try to balance it because I don't want people to think that I ignore them or I'm using them or I don't see them or what they're doing, because I am very grateful. I expect nothing, but I'm grateful for everything. It's an entire blessing to do this.
I think it's
Um,
interesting that you technically are in the most need because of your health, but you're the one who is worrying and providing for the people around you. I mean, I think that's really commendable and beautiful, but also must
Toxic
be
trait. It's like a
extremely
red
tough.
flag of mine. I put other people before myself
Yeah, I
to a
mean, that's a
demise.
lot to carry on your shoulders while you're trying to maintain your health. And you guys, the most beautiful part of this app, I think, is this is real job equality. It doesn't matter who you are, what your background was, whether you have a record, if you didn't graduate third grade or not, if you live in any country, sexuality, race, everyone is able to sign up and makes whatever they want of themselves. This is like a free way to do a business and anything you want. And
It
thank God,
is.
there's a lot of horrible, dark, awful things about technology. But one thing it does is it gives opportunity to people that would never otherwise survive and thrive in ways that they can by streaming and using social media. I can't believe that you had this disability of your health and cancer and you were able to use social media as a way to feel stable and you have a stable relationship and you inspire people on here. Thank God. That's amazing. Okay. That's really nice. So now it's time for the hot round though.
I don't know. Wait, I thought that the female question was the fucking hot question. Okay, keep going. Let's do this.
No, come on. Let's go.
Open
Why did you
sesame.
we're going to start easy. Why did you vote for Trump?
Why did I vote for Trump? Did you ever? So before I was on this app, I did political commentary over on TikTok. That was my spiel. I'd have about 500 people in
Oh.
my stream at a time. 90% of them wanted me dead. Yeah, you
Oh,
should have seen.
we have to talk
Well,
after
right. So
this.
I'm gonna build on to why I voted for Trump.
Yeah.
So essentially, I voted for Trump because I am very much pro America. This is my home. This is where I live. This is where all my memories are. This is where all my loved ones are. And if we're sitting there and we're trying to enact policies that are creating a less safe America by allowing so many people in without being properly vetted or checked, or if we're trying to broaden more government systems like SNAP or EBT or welfare, things like that. I don't think we should cut them, but I think that we should limit those because people turn that into a lifestyle instead of a crutch to help get them back on their feet. They become comfortable living underneath the government. And what that does is it creates a disparity, a further disparity in wealth gaps, right? So you'll have the super rich and you'll have the super poor. It eliminates the middle class, and
Mm,
it's just a really ugly thing. I think it's a form of modern day slavery.
mm,
I'm a registered Republican, but my beliefs are more libertarian. I think that gay people
mm-hmm,
should be able to grow their fucking pot on their own private land, not be fucking taxed on the fucking house that they had bought outright, and have
mm-hmm.
less government interference in their matters with free market trade. It's just the way I look at
Mm.
things.
Okay.
But Kamala Harris is a fucking nightmare. So yeah, I voted for Trump.
I mean, most Americans did. So essentially, what you're saying is that you have a lot of things you care about, but if we're gonna be clear, you voted America first, and you selfishly cared about the core things going on in your country before you looked at anything else. Any other?
Absolutely.
Okay, all right. I was curious because I
That
see it
was
in
that
your
was my first time
background.
voting for him. That was my first time voting. Period. Point blank was this past election.
I've heard that from a lot of people, and I had to ask because of your background. It's something
Oh
obviously
yeah,
I noticed right away on here.
yeah. That's easy.
So it's been mentioned maybe a little bit on here.
Yep.
Nothing too crazy.
Yep.
Nothing too crazy, but I've heard a little bit about it. Do you have anger issues?
Sometimes I honestly I'm really collected. 90% of the time, when somebody does piss me off, yeah, I blow the fuck up. But do I have anger issues?
Like when someone pisses me off, I blow up. But do
Yeah, like I'm like anybody else, you know. Like, don't fucking piss me off. Like, I'm not out here to try to fucking do any wrong to anybody. So, like, why are you coming at me sideways all of a sudden? Because you're jealous that people are supporting me, or you feel like I'm not actively out there wronging people.
so you're
Like,
not
what?
starting it ever. You're never starting it.
No, I'm not.
Okay.
I'm not sitting there
Okay.
saying like, "Oh, I'm a
Okay.
poor victim." This is not a victim mentality or narcissism or some ego complex. It's like
Okay.
I literally just stay in my own fucking lane with my friends. You know,
And
just people.
but when someone comes at you the wrong way, it's on
Oh
like
yeah, I turned the
three.
fuck up. You fucking ain't right. This is America. I'm gonna open my fucking mouth.
So you have anger issues.
If that's what anger issues are, absolutely,
I knew he was gonna,
absolutely, I do.
I knew he was gonna say that. I was waiting for him to get close to the camera like that too. I'm here for it.
Absolutely, I do.
See,
Proudly.
here's the thing with you though. You know exactly what you're gonna get on a Noctis stream. He's positive. You're gonna give advice, but I have noticed Noctis with you. One wrong little thing, you don't miss a beat. And he scrolls up and he says, "Wait, what was that you said?" And he will go off on you every time. Um, okay. Do you think that you have a drinking problem?
No. At one point, yes.
Okay.
I'm much better about it. I can hold my liquor. But lately, like my body doesn't allow me to
Well,
go
what do
too
you
hard.
mean you can hold? It's
I
not
could pound drinks. I'm saying I could throw them back. I could throw back a ton. But
okay.
like as of late, my body doesn't really allow me to go too crazy because I'll get like heartburn or like my stomach will start flipping around. So like again, I've been really like I've been a lot sicker lately, which is
That's
why I haven't been
amazing.
on as
By the
much.
way, that's really amazing.
Yeah,
You look good. You look really healthy. I mean that.
thank you.
Has is what makes that worse and what helps that? The urge to just say, you know what, I want a couple more beers or whatever today. I know what it is
I
for
don't really
me.
get that. Like okay, so like if I get to a point where I drink and I have like a strong buzz, like I do lose inhibition. I'm like, oh, I want to keep this going, and sometimes it does take me too far. Like
Hmm.
anybody else, it's like
Yeah.
anybody else. But I haven't really like gone through that lately. I
Yeah.
really haven't. The last time I was pissed drunk, I think I think it was that night with Zach.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
But were we even mad? No.
no, I wasn't mad. I was just drunk. But nah, I've been a lot better about it. And do I have a drinking problem? If I get to a certain point, it can be a problem. Absolutely.
But
But
you kind are you someone who though you'll go through a phase, but then you'll kind of catch yourself and dial back?
like so I'm not like I wouldn't say I'm a typical alcoholic, but I could definitely binge.
Yeah, maybe a binger.
A
Okay.
binger, a
It's
binger,
just
Gotcha. Okay, okay, that's
a
interesting. Because
binger.
yeah,
because
Yeah.
it's
okay.
never like, oh
Okay.
god,
So
I need
that's
a
like you
drink
go through a
right
Yeah,
phase
now.
and
I
then
don't
you're
wake
done.
up with like the shakes. I'm like, oh my god, wake up with fucking pound an airplane bottle of some
Okay.
vodka. No.
And he doesn't go
Okay.
crazy on a bottle and like get all psycho.
Yeah, no, I literally got a
Okay.
14-year bottle of scotch downstairs, and I only took a small sip out of it, and it's
Okay,
fucking
no, that's
delicious.
fair. You
Yeah,
hey, listen, you go through phases. But it's
yeah,
nothing where it's something you wake up and you're doing and you're yeah. No.
yeah.
Okay. That makes sense. But listen, guys, he doesn't need the alcohol to turn up on you if you say the wrong thing. That's
Oh
for
no,
sure.
no. But I hate doing it. I hate doing it. I always feel like shit afterwards. It's not something I want to do. Like I don't find it fun, but like sometimes I do. Like
La
so I'm the type of person when I get angry,
yeah.
I'll like say like I'll like pick somebody apart in like a funny way. Like I try to get creative with it, like say like comical like roasty things.
Me too, I get it. Like you don't
Yeah,
want to hit
so
the jugular, you kind of want to be like clowny, fun about
yeah,
it.
like I'm a clown, like an anger clown, anger
Oh,
clown.
oh, that's terrifying.
Yeah,
An anger clown with a
anger
smile.
clown.
That's scary.
Oh boy.
Okay, last question. You kind of maybe you didn't really answer it, whatever.
Yeah,
Have you and Gabs gotten into an argument since you've been together that's related to this app?
never. We haven't argued once ever. Never, not once. How crazy is that? We've never like we've had like
Wait,
things that
what?
we've disagreed on, but we've never argued. We've always just talked, and even then, it wasn't to the point of like what the fuck is it like it's never been anything like that. It's more of like trying to understand one another, and we actually like foster one another into like this very nurturing it's I've never had anything like it. It's fucking awesome. Yeah,
I can
this isn't
tell.
just a honeymoon phase
I
either,
can see
because
it.
we've been friends for a really long time. So
Aw.
like I think that that's the key to a really successful relationship is like we've just been friends for so fucking long that we're just like we know what it is with one another, so it's just fucking business as usual.
I don't take it personally. I don't take anything personally.
No, she doesn't. She is
I
beyond
learned a long
patient.
time ago not to take shit
She,
personally.
she is gentle, she is patient, she is understanding, she is kind, she is caring, and she is the best thing I've ever had in my
And
fucking life.
listen, I know a few other personal details about Gabs that I'm not going to share in this interview, but what I can say is that a woman like her in today's society is extremely rare. That
Oh,
that's what
oh,
I'm.
the fact that I'm the third person that she slept with ever
Well,
in her
there. Okay.
life. Yeah.
Um, well, that and I think just her emotional maturity about a relationship and the way that you care for one another is just I mean I see it. It's not that I don't see it, but in a young couple like you guys, it just makes me so happy because it's like it radiates from both of you. She's always taking care of you and you're always taking care of her. And I wonder too if because she's known you've been a streamer since she's moved in, has she been able to even help out and do little things in your life to make
Oh
streaming
my
easier for you?
god. Yeah. She'll like go and like so I use these Chinese food like takeout containers for drinks because I'm big. Like our normal cups, I'll drink them in like two sips because I'm 6'6", 225 pounds. Like I'm a big
And you're
boy.
tall.
Yeah, so like this is a
Okay.
quart, and my hand covers. It's like a normal little cup for me. I'm not a small person, but she'll go and she'll fill up my milk cup without me asking.
Aw.
She'll like I'll be sitting there like sick in like just complete shambles, like sitting in the bathtub, and she'll sit there on the bathroom floor just like next to me, just to be there with me, even if she may not be feeling the best herself. She is literally the most ride or die person I've ever had in my life, and that's something I'll take to the grave with me. I'll die on that hill.
They say internet relationships never work. I've heard people say if you try to date a streamer, you're an idiot. Every person I have on is different. Your story is incredible. Your relationship seems to be super healthy, and I genuinely hope the very, very best for you guys.
Thank
And
you.
like, I love the love you have for one another. It like makes me smile.
She,
So
Girls, I love you.
yeah,
You're
that that's
awesome.
that's that's
I
awesome.
appreciate you.
yeah. Well,
Any
thank you.
more spicy
No,
questions
I mean, if there's anyone in the chat who has a spicy question for him, you can ask
or any
now.
question at all? I'm
Any
here, so I
question
might
at
as well
all.
utilize it.
If you guys have any questions about for Noctis, you can ask them now. I feel like I asked the spicy ones about you. I did.
Okay.
And I mean, I wanted to know the girls, I wanted to know the anger, I wanted to know the drinking. I got there. I mean,
Yeah, absolutely.
Who dates streamers? Well, Gabby did, and it,
So unlike me, I would never guess.
Yeah, no, she. I honestly, it just happened out of left field, but
I had a nut up, guys. Like I'm not. I'm. Don't think I would normally be cut out for this, but like I said, I've spent a lot of time here. Like I know the ins and outs. I know a lot about him. He's been honest with me from day one about
well, it's been
everything.
also
So
years, and so it's not that you met him, and next thing you know, you guys are together. Like this has been a friendship that's
yes.
turned
yeah,
into a bond, and then she's like, you know what? I care about this guy so much that I don't care what he does for
mhm.
work or
I
whatever. I
really
want to be with
care.
him, right?
She like I do my best to include her in it, so that way it's not
Oh,
just a me thing anymore. It's an us thing because from now on for the rest of my life, I want everything to be an us thing. I don't want her to feel like she's just sitting there on the bed to herself, sitting there pegging away on her phone. I want to keep her included in every aspect of my life, so that way, a it doesn't.
you're talking like a husband.
Well, that's what I don't get a
You're talking
relationship
like a
just to.
husband right now.
He's wifey material.
I cook, she cleans. It's great.
It's not a dating app, but it can happen though.
It can happen.
And yeah,
Tara, that's great.
it's the way you get to know someone is the way you get to know them. You can either do it whatever hookup way, or you can build a bond and like Gabby
It
did,
just
and I can,
happens out of
yeah.
nowhere, and you'd be really surprised. You may think that you got a bunch of friends on here, but like I guarantee you, as long as you're not creepy about it, like just like talk and again, I was. This is something I didn't expect when I first met her, and it ended up being something that's life changing. I do speak like a husband because when I'm in a relationship, my intention is to be with that person. I don't get in a relationship out of unsurety. I've never been more positive about something in my life. When I'm in a relationship, my intention is to be with
Thank
that person. So I am gonna talk like a husband.
you. Take notes, everyone. Take notes. Don't waste time. If you're past the age of 25, you guys, you know within that first year what you want. Move on or put a ring on it, have kids or don't, and call it a day. It's not that complicated, right? That's how I think of it. Okay, well, Noctis, thank you so much for being so open,
Of
so
course,
honest, and for coming on and not holding back on anything and not
of
flinching at
course.
any question either. You're a real one, so thank you.
Anytime. It's been an absolute pleasure. Guys on my side, if you haven't met Geralda, please, please, please hit her with a follow. Be tuned
Thank
in because
you.
I know she's got some more interviews coming up. A few of them are definitely going to be interesting. I know of a couple of them, and
Ask if she posts